Tim Sykes, Millionaire Mentor. Sorry, I'm multitasking. I'm here with Huddy. Congratulations, first of all. Last time you were here in Miami, how much were you up?
I was up $40,000.
Now, what is this, 3 months later? 4 months later?
Since January, like 3 months, 4 months.
Give me the exact number. What is it?
I'm up another 50K.
You're up another $50,000 in 3 to 4 months.
Yeah.
How are you doing it?
Just same patterns, rinse, wash, repeat. Go to the market every morning, look for the patterns that I know best, that I'm most familiar with, and then nail them when I have the opportunity.
And you're on the verge of a $10,000 to $20,000 profit when LFIN reopens in a few days.
Should work out that way.
How does that feel?
Feels good, feels good.
Are you going to cover right away?
Yes.
The second it opens?
Yes. What are you thinking?
You have 900 shares short. I might cover like 700 out of 900. Because I'll tell you, CNTO, I was short over 2 weeks for the halt. I covered immediately. I locked in roughly $70,000 profit. It was one of my best trades.
Awesome.
And then the next 2 days, it dropped another 90%. And I'm not saying like, you know, don't cover at all, but I'm saying maybe there's going to be a little more too.
Right, selling pressure.
But it can also bounce again too. So, you know, I understand that you want to cover. I would do, if it was me, I would do 700 out of the 900 shares immediately and keep like 200 and then cover 100 at a time.
Well, the main thing is I want my buying power so that when the plays that I've studied for and trained for the past 3 years show themselves, I want to be able to bet the money that I'm confident with betting.
I understand, but an hour is not going to make a difference.
Right.
Or
I
2
agree.
hours.
I agree.
Or, you know,
A day, really.
What time is it going to open right at 9:30 a.m. or does it open
May
midday?
14th, they're delisted and they're opening up LFINQ.
Okay. That's also depending on the broker. Sometimes they have trouble with like the ticker change too. Mm-hmm. So you got to call the broker ahead of time, like make sure they're on it. Like I've had that sometimes where I like can't get out of the position because the ticker changes and it doesn't recognize the position.
Good to know.
But that sucks that, you know, it's not suck. I mean, it's good that you're short this. It sucks that you didn't short more.
Yeah, well then I wouldn't have any buying power.
I wouldn't have even shorted it though, because you know you got a little lucky with the short, with the halt. It was up from 7 to 28 in like 4 days.
3 days.
3 days. What was your thinking? That it was just going to come down?
I was thinking I had just recently bought Dux's video. I was practicing.
Dux's video is must watch. Email admin@timothysykes.com for a special.
I wanted to try out his parabolic short strategy, something that I don't necessarily really do. I don't like shorting extremely strong stocks unless I have an obvious resistance to play off of.
Yeah.
And so while practicing his video and his strategy, that's what I was trying to go for. And I was definitely violating a couple rules.
Yeah.
I was definitely a little early, which is why this position is smaller.
Yeah.
I had more shares to load on.
Yeah.
But at that point, in my head, I knew that I was getting myself into a little bit of trouble by my emotions getting me in a little early.
Yeah.
But that was the logic. I was trying to practice a parabolic short.
And the interesting thing is that sometimes you have to be a little early on these shorts, not just because they get halted, but because they can crash so quickly.
Right.
So when they start crashing, like, you know, you were short at what, like
26.
26. I mean, it could have crashed from like 26 to like 20 in like 2 minutes.
Right, so I just wanted to be there for the crash.
I like that. So you were edging in.
Yeah.
So you were planning on taking a bigger position.
Yeah, once it crashed, look for some kind of lower highs, some rebounds,
backside.
but I wanted to wait for the weakness to come in to get the rest of the shares in.
Gotcha. No, I like the plan. How did you get so smart so quickly?
It wasn't quick. It was 3 years.
3 years is quick. I was talking with Tim Ritani. He said when he graduated college, he had made $2,000. You're about to graduate college. Congratulations on that, first of all. With roughly 100,000, maybe 120,000. What day is graduation?
May 19th.
So the same week, you're going to make like $20,000 and graduate college.
Yeah, it's a dream come true.
Can you please tell your teachers to fuck off? Or can
Just
you do
one
it
of
at
them.
graduation?
I got
At
one of them.
graduation, you know, you're like walking on the stage. Can you like
Snag the mic.
You, I wasn't even gonna say that, but I like that. I was gonna say like you get, you know, you shake your dean's hand or whatever, you get the thing, and then everyone's like, yeah. But it would be cool if you were like, yeah.
I'm sure the school would appreciate it.
I mean, the school doesn't matter. You have the money and the knowledge. Like, school is irrelevant now. I hope you understand that.
I do.
I appreciate that you finished, but you know, you didn't know that you were going to be at 100,000 right now. Like, it's happened all in the past few months.
It was always a 3 years ago when I started trading. I knew that I could spend my time much better learning the stock market.
Yeah.
That when I graduate 3 years from now, I should have some kind of 10,000 hours put in.
Yeah.
Let's see where it is at that moment.
So what do you advise all the young people watching this? Because some people say, oh, I'm too young, especially if you're under 18 and they can't trade, even though you can open a custodial account, just ask your parents. Like, they just sign off. It's pretty easy. But what do you say to young people?
I think when you're young, before you have the responsibilities of bills and family and work and career, when you're young and you have that free time, take advantage of it.
Yeah.
I mean, the stock market does not necessarily take a good amount of time out of your day.
Yeah.
So you have a lot of hours to study the videos, go over your notes, and practice the market every day.
How did you trade and go to classes though? Because I took night classes when I was in college. I was with all the weird like ESL students and
Yeah,
like
so
40-year-old people like who were working
I
at
know
Subway.
exactly those people.
Yeah.
First year and a half, I did night classes.
Okay.
And then I realized my other problem was I'd overtrade. So then I switched. I also realized that night classes kind of sucked. You know, the people that are in it are weird. The teachers are adjunct teachers.
Oh, so weird.
And so I switched it so that I would have classes from 9 to 11:30, so that I wouldn't be in the market midday, so I wouldn't trade. This is Pacific Standard Time.
Okay. Pacific time. I was gonna say.
Trade to 6 to 8, breakfast, class, done at 12. Maybe make an afternoon trade. Usually wouldn't trade in the afternoon because
So you're there for the market open and the market close. Because I see in the chat room you're like, made $2,000, got to go to class.
Yeah.
Do you ever sit at class and you're just laughing and you're like all these other people like they're studying for jobs maybe 5 years from
Right.
now, are they making 30 to 50,000 a year and you've made that in like during the semester?
I remember back in August when consistency really started coming in, I would trade in the morning, go to the gym and be done by 10:30
Yeah.
plus $5,000
Yeah.
after the gym.
Yeah.
And it's 11:30 a.m. And I was thinking all my enemies are still asleep.
Yeah.
I've made $5,000.
Yeah.
I've gone to the gym
Yeah.
and I still have a full day in front of me to
Yeah.
do things. That's amazing.
Understand what we're talking about takes a lot of hard work to get to. Like, don't think like, oh, I'm just gonna get into the market and make $5,000 and fuck everybody. Like you studied hard for 3 years. How many hours would you say you put in studying between trading and watching videos?
I still watch almost every day videos and I can't even quantify the hours. I mean, it's just every night review. If I see a potential play the next day,
Yeah.
review every single video I know or that I can think of that has that similar pattern. And I still do that to this day.
To be fair, even though I have thousands of videos, they're in 5-minute increments.
Yeah.
So there's a reason why I put them in 5-minute increments. My whole video lesson library is 450 hours long. Okay, you like that?
I like that.
This is for 450. Wait, put up a zero. Hold up a zero. 450 hours of video lessons. I'm not saying that's not a lot, but do you find that studying the past helps you prepare better?
I mean, it all repeats itself.
Yeah.
So absolutely. It just refreshes it in my mind. And when I go on losing streaks and I go on cold streaks, just rewatch all the videos.
When I lose, I go back and I watch my penny stocking part 2. This is something I do. Like, I made this guide. It has good patterns. I sometimes forget. I sometimes get stubborn. Why do you think people don't study that much? Why? What can I do to get them? I say study hard. I show them the perks of getting rich. I show them a lot. How do I get them more to study the past? Because people don't want to view a video from 2 years ago.
Right.
They have... so much resistance. They say, I know I need to do that. Like, I know I need to eat my vegetables, but they don't. And they
Right.
eat a fucking Snickers bar.
I think they need to find a pattern that they know and they're familiar with that works for them.
Yeah.
And they need to see the potential of what they could be making from it.
Yeah.
And then what they're not making. Right?
So I should show more people with their shitty lives and shitty jobs.
So
I should show the pain of not studying, because I show the good life pretty well.
Yeah.
But I need to compare and contrast that. Should I
think-
take a homeless person on one of my trips?
No.
Okay.
That's weird.
It's just an idea. We're just throwing out ideas. We're just spitballing here.
Yeah, I think if they have a pattern that works well for them and they're realizing that they're not efficiently capitalizing on that pattern,
Yeah.
they're gonna want to study that specific pattern much harder because they get that pattern.
Okay.
Like an OTC breakout.
Yeah.
They want to study the crap out of that specifically because they get that it can run 50%, but they only made 10.
Okay.
So then they're gonna have that urge. How do I get better? How do I get the whole 50% like Roland does, like Dux does?
So I should target people who are getting a little bit, but they need more practice, more studying
Yeah.
to refine.
Yeah, I think the people that are starting to build, there's a lot of people in the chat right now. I mean, as of the past 6 months, I haven't seen as many knowledgeable and successful and consistent people
Yeah.
talking
Yeah.
in the 3 years I've been in it.
Yeah.
So there is a shift, and I think targeting those people, I mean, they're on the verge of
Yeah.
being completely consistent.
So no homeless people.
It depends.
I have a few homeless students. They like it, but they watch these more for like inspirational stuff. Like, I guess if you're homeless, like you got to focus on like feeding yourself and housing yourself rather than like trading penny stocks.
They got different issues.
They have different issues. All right. What is your biggest problem still? Because you've done well, but you know we all still have problems. What's your biggest issue right now?
Emotions still get the best of me. I'm working on sizing in bigger, but
Yeah.
the bigger I go, the more premature I'll get into a trade, the more I think I need to use these shares or else I'm not going to.
Yeah.
And that gets me into some sticky situations. So it's just a lot about being patient.
Yeah.
Sometimes it still surprises me when the stock actually does exactly what I dreamt it would do.
Gotcha.
You know? And sometimes I'll go in premature because I don't think that dream's gonna come true.
Do you feel like this might be a simulation like Elon Musk and we're really not all living? Do you know Elon Musk and the simulation theory?
I have a very similar theory.
You think that?
Yeah, I
So are
do.
we like robots and like that's why these patterns are so perfect? Like
I think
something
there's some crazy
in the
stuff going on.
simulation, I'm supposed to teach other simulations like how to do this?
I don't think the same way as Elon Musk, but I believe in the simulation type aspect of the world.
It's kind of crazy how accurate some of these patterns are. Like it's like scary. Like, you're
scary.
like, what is going on here? Like this seems too perfect.
And it just keeps happening.
It does.
I mean-
it doesn't change.
OTC short setup blows my mind of how smooth and how butter and how easy it is to make money off that
It's
if
just
you understand the
finding shares
pattern.
to short.
That's the hardest part.
That's the hard part.
And I see a lot of people saying that they wish they found shares, but
Yeah.
wishing is kind of a bad term to use.
Yeah, no, hope isn't a strategy. Hope will not get you rich.
I use that quote so much in my life now. 'cause of you.
What changed between, you know, because you didn't make money 2 years ago, you didn't make money 3 years ago, you didn't make that much money even a year ago. What changed in the last year?
I cut out all my longs. My profit lead stats said that I was losing on my longs and I was profiting wildly on my shorts.
Gotcha.
So I realized that when I would take a long, sometimes it would be a perfect place to take a short.
Yeah.
And I was conflicting in my head of which one I should take.
It's tough to go both ways. I can't do it.
Right. So I just said no more longs,
Yeah.
only short setups, and that's when my consistently started building.
Gotcha. So you're looking at your trades, you're analyzing what you do well and what you don't do well. You're cutting out the stuff that you don't do well.
Yeah.
Why don't more people do this?
Because I don't think they know what they do well and what they don't do well.
But that's why they have to analyze their trades.
And they don't. They're degenerates. I think they're trading too much. I think they're trading too much, and it's hard to track all your trades if you make 10 trades every day.
Especially if you're trading random trades.
Right, that's 50
random
trades a week.
patterns. You're just this, stock is moving, buy, short, I don't know what I'm doing.
How do you track that?
You trade random patterns, you get random results. If you're very meticulous with your trading, you get meticulous results. Being meticulous in penny stocks is rare. Making profits in penny stocks is rare. So thus, being meticulous and making profits go hand in hand. That's some kind of like college level architecture.
That's trading 101.
Is that?
Yeah, I don't
That's
know.
like logic. I don't know.
But yeah, I think if you aren't able to explain your trade, like
Yeah.
say you're uploading a trade, if you can't explain what you just did,
Yeah.
that's a big red flag.
Yeah.
You don't know the setup, you're just trying to, like, why'd you buy it?
Yeah.
And if you can't explain it,
Stock
then,
was moving.
yeah, it was
It was
up
hot.
50% and there's
People in chat were
volume.
talking about it.
Roland bought it.
Tim Grittani bought it. F1 T-Boss bought it. What do you think is the number one thing that you can do going forward to take you to millionaire status? Because you have it pretty well figured out. You're analyzing, you're focusing on what you do well, you're graduating, you have more time now. What's going to take you to the next level?
So I was just talking to Tim Grittani today. He's at the Inner Circle event.
Yes.
And
Email admin@timothysykes.com if you want to learn in person.
I want to build better stats to help guide me more. I need to learn how to size up. And that's really the two things that I think are my hardest things to overcome.
And to tell you the truth, sizing up is easier because it's the same patterns. It's a little different. Like there's a little different mentality and there's a little more pressure, a little more money, but it's the same patterns.
Right.
That's what's cool. Like the hardest part is figuring out the patterns. The hardest part is getting to $100,000.
Yeah.
You know, and then 100,000 to 300,000. Are you excited to have more time, or are you more nervous now? Because now you don't have like the college restrictions. Now you might overtrade.
I'm excited. I'm very excited, actually. I've wanted to do this for a while.
And you're going to travel too, so that can give you some time interference.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
I do. This is why I travel so much. I'm a trading addict. Hi, my name
Yeah.
is Tim. Like, I literally have to go to crazy third world countries, also for my charity, and adventure, but it helps me not overtrade.
Yeah, so my goal like I've told you before, my goal has always been to travel the world and trade.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited to be able to finally do that.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about Europe.
Yes.
That's the best trading zone.
Are you not shocked I don't have more European students? Like, a lot of them, it's tax-free, first of all, if you trade in the US.
Really?
Yes, yes.
Wow.
I'm not a tax accountant guy, but that's what I hear. Secondly, the time zone is perfect. From like 3:30 p.m. till 10 p.m. You sleep all day, freaking go out all night.
yeah.
Like, this is European lifestyle 101.
Yeah.
I'm excited for Europe too. Maybe we can meet up because I'll be in Europe this summer. We have a few different things. In Rome, Italy, we're doing teaching in person in Rome, Italy, July 10th and 11th.
That'd be cool.
I don't know what you're doing July 10th and 11th.
I'll be in Greece.
There's also a Jay-Z and Beyonce concert. That's why I timed
Ooh.
it. Yeah, they got the world tour.
I see you.
I don't have any plans. I'm just like, okay, I guess I could be in Rome for this. You're gonna be in Greece?
Yeah, that's a
cool.
quick flight.
It is. Where in Greece are you going?
Mykonos.
Oh man, you're not going to be sober enough to trade. Mykonos.
Nope. I go there every
Mykonos. I'm following you on Instagram. Whoa. Wait, are you on Instagram?
I am.
Oh shit. What
follow
is-
you.
What's your? I'm sorry. I
know,
can't
I know.
keep up. Wait, what's your Instagram? Let's blow you up.
Michael E. Hudson.
Can we get rid of the E?
Ask Instagram. My name was taken.
Really?
Yeah. Michael Hudson's pretty common. Hudson.
Can you be Huddy? I feel like
Maybe.
no one has Huddy. Hold up, let's see Huddy. Huddie. That's his username on Profitly. Huddy. Yeah, there's a few Huddies. No, Huddy 7, Huddy Boo, Huddy Joy. I think you could try Huddy or like M Huddy. Try it. But right now
We'll look into it.
you're Michael E.
Hudson. E is the Edward.
Okay.
E is Edward, my middle name.
Okay. Very fancy. Michael Hudson. Hudson. What do your parents think about this? Following you. You're private. That's why I don't follow private people. Like, what are you afraid of? Go public, dude.
Well, so my mom, not talking about the Instagram.
Yeah.
My mom doesn't really know much about the trading.
Okay.
I kind of just keep her in the dark and tell her that, like, I'm doing this thing.
She doesn't know you made like $100,000?
No idea. No idea. My dad, on the other hand, knows everything I do. He's not in the market. He's a real estate guy. He's
Yeah.
never touched stocks. Knows nothing about it.
Yeah.
But has been more I don't know the right word.
Supportive.
Supportive. Yeah. As I'm showing him the bigger dollar gains that are
Or
consistent.
accepting of it. Yeah.
Yeah. And so in the beginning, it was just like my son's gonna go be a degenerate stock trader.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of crap being talked about behind my back to my uncle, my dad, saying he's just gonna lose all of his money.
Yeah.
And now the conversations are different, which is humor.
I love it. No, so my parents gave me control of my bar mitzvah gift money. They thought I would lose it all. They thought that it would be a
Right.
good lesson. Like most people lose. 90% of traders lose. So your parents and uncles, like they're not crazy.
Right.
Roland's dad is like a value investor, and he's like, "Fuck penny stocks, they're terrible." And they got in like fights.
That's great.
And now Roland's made like $500,000. He started with $4,000 in like 2 years, and he just had a baby.
Yeah,
It's
he's
actually
amazing.
pretty cool. So are you going to tell your mom like she doesn't watch YouTube? This is like a Ducks situation. I interviewed Ducks when he was at 900,000. Ducks is now over 2 million, and his parents didn't know. Now his parents know.
So I sent my mom that interview once you uploaded
Yeah.
it, the YouTube video, maybe like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And the first thing she says to me back is she went running around her office with her phone in her hand,
Hey!
screaming, went to my grandpa and my grandma, because she works for them, and it's embarrassing.
That's cool.
Yeah, it is cool. It is
That's
cool.
a really good interview. I'll post a link to the first interview just below this video. Fantastic stuff. Is your mom happy now though?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it's more just about the knowledge. Like when I was telling you to say fuck you to everybody in college, it's not like fuck you money. Like you don't have fuck you money
Not
yet.
yet.
But
Not
you
yet.
have the knowledge, you have the framework, which is frankly the toughest thing to get. Like I can see that you're on the right path. I'm talking with Tim Bertani and he's like, yeah, Huddy like really impresses me.
Cool.
Like it's cool. Like Michael Good told me that Tim Bertani impressed him when he just passed 100,000. Now Tim Bertani is telling me that you impress him.
Cool.
So it's actually pretty cool. Like you're next.
Prophecy.
If you keep going and you watch yourself in Mykonos. Don't trust people in Mykonos.
Mykonos is crazy.
Have you been there?
3 times.
Oh.
This is my 3rd time. I went last year, and I went the year before that.
I might
It's a
get you
pattern.
on the no-fly list, and you can't go to Mykonos, and you just have to. Mykonos is a dangerous place, son.
I'm only there for 8 days. It's a long time.
Dude, like 3 days is a long time. That's
It's
like the
taxing.
Vegas of Europe.
It's taxing.
Ay, ay, ay.
You gotta fly out.
I'm going to Mykonos. I know Mykonos.
Yeah.
I am Mykonos, motherfucker. But just be careful. Last word of advice for everybody, because a lot of people are going to see this. We have a lot of people in the chat room, people who don't follow rules, people who lose money. What can you give 1 or 2 or 3 tips to help them? More than just being meticulous, study the past, analyze your trades. We got that.
I think a big thing is protecting your mind. Emotional.
Don't go to Mykonos if you want to protect your mind.
Right, but emotional
Or
emotional
Ibiza.
capital, right?
Are you going to Ibiza?
No, I've never been. I have a shirt that says Mykonos fucks Ibiza.
Whoa!
It's a muscle tee. It looks
So,
super douchebag.
quick story before you get this. I was in Ibiza, and last time, you have to say Ibiza, that's
Yeah.
how you pronounce it. I was there, Snoop Dogg was DJing. Snoop Dogg is a DJ, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I meet Snoop Dogg, and like, this is me going all over Europe, like trading and doing all sorts of stuff, like too much stuff. I sometimes take on more than I can chew, right? So I meet Snoop Dogg, I'm sick as shit, and he shakes my hand, he's like, dog, you look terrible. And he's never met me before, he doesn't know what, but Snoop Dogg is like old, he smoked so much weed, like he looks like 80 years old, he looks terrible.
Yeah.
And when he's telling me I look terrible, like that's bad.
saying something.
So watch yourself in Ibiza. All right,
Okay.
what are your tips?
Emotional capital, protecting your mind. I think that when you are first starting out and you trade you do all your trades, if you go on a losing streak, when the right perfect play comes, which is usually once a month, where just the most ideal setup comes,
Yeah.
you're not mentally prepared to take the size that you would normally take,
Yeah.
or to even take the position in the first place if you've been on a losing streak and because you're doing the wrong things, when the right thing comes, you might be too hesitant to take that trade.
Yeah.
And I think that is so important to protect because it's that once a month trade that's going to be a difference maker in your account.
Yeah.
That's a 20 to 30% profit that you should nail every time with considerable size, not your whole account by any means,
Yeah.
but you should be confident about it if
Yeah.
it's perfect. And if your mind is not in the right place, you won't hit that trade as perfect,
I agree.
or you might mess it up.
And I'm going to extend this lesson because I agree 100%. You need to be ready with your preparedness. And this does go back to analyzing your trades, studying the past, being fully prepared, not just your mind, but having the right broker, having your account
Right.
ready, everything ready for that moment. Because the key with penny stock trading is not trading every day. It's not just trading whatever's hot. Like people who trade Amazon, people who trade Forex, they don't get it because they're trading the volatility. Penny stocks, you have to wait for those kinds of perfect setups.
You do.
And when they come about, everything else stops. Like I missed my college graduation for a trade. I regret that. I would
Wow.
encourage you to go, okay?
I'm gonna go.
I missed it. I made back 1 semester's worth. But my grandparents were like in the hot New Orleans sun. I graduated from Tulane.
And
They
you
called
weren't
my
there.
name like twice or 3 times. I was trying to, like today I'm teaching in person. I missed
That's
the market
crazy.
open for a trade because I'm like, I had to go literally just a few miles here from, my place in Miami, but I couldn't make it I couldn't risk missing the market open. And I was long a pink sheet stock overnight. These stocks move fast. And I'm sorry, but I made the right decision. Like I had to focus on the trade. So
Right.
I want people to understand that sometimes during your life, maybe not college graduation or, like if you're having a baby, I see some people sending me pictures like, Tim, I'm dedicated, I'm having a baby and study. I'm like, calm the fuck down.
Go to your baby.
Yeah, so aside from important life events that you can't get back, you really need to put yourself in a position to be prepared for those times. Like even if you're partying in Mykonos, let's say you have all your friends like, come on, Michael, let's go out. And there's like a perfect trade that's taken 2 weeks or 3 weeks to set up. You gotta be like,
I'll sit down.
sorry guys,
Yep.
I gotta focus. And that is the time to really push it. Like you said, have the proper position size, go a little bigger. If you're confident, if you have experience.
familiar.
When you're first starting, like I told Tim Bertani, I was like, if someone comes to me with $50,000, I'm like, start with 5,000. Start with like 2,000 because the money that you make or lose in the beginning is gonna be negligible.
Yeah, it
you
makes
might
no
as well
difference.
minimize that risk, even though it's not exciting. But be prepared.
Yeah.
One other quick question. How do your friends react? Because a lot of people, when they start, their family and their friends are all like, fuck penny stocks, it's all Wolf of Wall Street, it's all a scam. And there's a lot of negativity that most people come to me with when they first start. How did your friends react in the beginning and now?
In the beginning, A lot of so just in general, I'm a dedicated, driven person, whether it's school or socially or stock market, right? I'm driven to be successful.
Yeah.
And so everyone saw that I started picking up this thing of penny stocks, and they said, "Wow, you're actually going to try this. You're actually going to do this." Some of them said, "Can you teach me?" Some of them were traders and said, "Yo, I do this too. I'm not successful, but I do it too." And so a big mixture of responses from everyone. And then when consistency started picking up, which I don't go around talking to everyone about it, but like my roommates kind of know.
You can't hide it. Like if you're making $5,000 in a day.
Yeah,
like,
I'm jumping around the house.
Yeah, a little bit. Like, why are you dancing in the middle of the day, Michael? You're not in Mykonos.
Good day.
You know?
But now that they're seeing that, some of them want to learn, and they don't have the time anymore because they have full-time jobs or whatever, or they're just not dedicated to do it at night.
Yeah.
Some of them want to learn, but other of them are just, they're proud to see me at the table at 4 or 5 a.m. looking for shares to short, planning my trades, and they just like to see the constant commitment.
Are they coming in from partying and you're up like working and they're like, make it stop?
So I don't go out on weekdays anymore.
Yeah.
And in college, Thirsty Thursday is a big night, especially in San Francisco.
Yeah.
It used to be one of my favorite nights. I haven't gone out.
I had
on
Waldo's
Thirsty
Wednesday.
Thursday.
I had quarter pitcher night. Waldo's.
Quarter pitcher.
Quarter pitcher, but I don't drink beer. I drink Jack, so I would get a pitcher of Jack and Coke for $5.
Pitcher?
Yeah, pitcher.
Tank.
I was a bad drunk in college.
Tank.
Yeah. And I would just make all my friends. I would drink one pitcher per Wednesday, and I would be fucked up like beyond belief.
And then Thursday you can't trade.
I would still trade. So this is the worst. Like it was bad. I mean, I drank too much. So I'm glad that you're managing it, responsibly.
Well, freshman and sophomore year, I went loose. I drank crazily, and then once I found the stock market, it was like self-regulation.
So you had your fun. So you're timing it really well. See, I got started in high school, so all throughout college, like I'm making $200,000-300,000 every year. I still had fun, but I had like that commitment. Even on semester at sea, I go around the world on a cruise ship.
Amazing.
The first part of the trip, I'm like popular. I have all these girlfriends. Like I don't trade that much because of the time zone. But then the ship goes closer to a time zone. I'm trading. I lose all my girlfriends, lose all my friends, but I make $200,000. So it's tough. I'm not gonna lie. This is the problem that you have to have. Like if you truly want to be a successful trader, it's gonna take a lot of time and commitment. Like that's the beauty of your story. Like you recognize that and you're doing it.
And that's what I tell people. They ask me like, should I get into trading? So many people ask me who Tim Sykes is and whatnot. And I said, look, if you're going to get into trading, you got to treat it to some level like your career.
Yeah.
You got to be there every day. You got to practice and you got to work at it.
Yeah.
You can't just do it for 3 months and expect results. And you can't do it for 3 months, put it down for 3 months, and then pick it back up.
Yeah.
You got to be committed to
No,
it.
they treat it casually because the thought of making easy money, making $1,000 in an hour, like, that's good money, but you could also lose $1,000 in a minute.
In a minute.
So if you do the wrong stuff. So you need to over-prepare. I don't think that you can over-prepare. Do you think that?
No, you can under-prepare, you can't over-prepare.
I don't think that you can over-prepare, right?
No.
Like, some people say, oh, Tim, like, okay, we get it. Like, you're buying earnings winners, you're shorting pump and dumps. We get it. But, like, there's so many little variations and nuances. And if you ignore those, it costs you hundreds, maybe thousands of dollars in the beginning, and then tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars later on.
Yeah, the variations and nuances and like the little things.
Yeah.
That's huge
where the
part.
money is.
Yeah.
That's where the real money is.
Yeah, and it's hard to pick those things up in the beginning. That's why you have to keep seeing it and keep watching it.
No, I'm pumped, man. Like, I see you coming here every time too, and you're asking good questions. Like in the beginning at the inner circle, like you would have notes and you would just be like quiet in the back, but now like you've made it.
It would be cool to see all these interviews.
I know.
This is my 4th or 5th one, dating back 3 years ago.
Yeah. So, we have the early ones too, somewhere. We got to dig them up.
I'm not bearded. It's different.
Beautiful. Keep up the good work, man. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Everybody else, get inspired by this guy's story. It is possible, but it's going to take a shitload of hard work. So be ready for the grind. Hey, Tim Sykes, Millionaire Mentor and Trader. Thank you for watching my videos. I hope that they help you. I want to share everything that I've learned over the years. You can check out more videos right over there. And also click subscribe so that you can watch all of these videos, get that knowledge, and become my next millionaire student.